So they have more than...
They have more, you have less in Quad A. Quad A is less than AAA. Now next year, because District 11 and District 2 have the same amount of AAA teams, so they split it. So this year, there's 3 weeks of playoffs in District 2.
Yeah.
Next year it'll be 2, where District 11 has 2 weeks of playoffs, and next year it'll be 3. They're switching.
Gotcha. Where's your partner in crime?
He's going to the bathroom. He's old.
When are you going on?
4 after 7. 10 minutes.
Make sure to say some hateful things about Nikki.
Okay. All right.
See you later.
Well, stairs can be brutal.
Yeah, my knees feeling it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I say pee off the back, but then the wind's gonna carry
They
it.
don't just, well, yeah. And the old
Somebody be getting wet.
North American Warhorse Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships, is on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome inside a very windy John Henses Veterans Memorial Stadium. Tonight, it's the District 2 Quad A Championship between Dallas from the Wyoming Valley Conference and our Friday Night Rivals team number 7, Valley View, from the Lackawanna Football Conference. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide, and welcome to week number 12 already here on MyTV WQMY. And Jan, if we take a look at these two teams, since 2016, since the PIAA went to 6 classifications, these two teams have combined for 5 District 2 Quad A titles. So it's no surprise that they're here tonight, right? What is a surprise, I think, is the way Dallas is here. They started the season 0-3 after being in last year's state title game, but they've turned it around and they're playing real good football.
They really did. They started out with 3 tough games, and they were 0-3. A lot of teams would have folded, and we saw a Dallas Mountaineer program come together. Their offensive line started to gel, and they started to get that success that they desperately needed.
And it started with their quarterback, Brady Zapatikia, of course. And now finally, I think we'll see a lot of our figure law spotlight player tonight, Dylan Geske.
Dylan Geske, 6'1", 210 pounds. He was the man coming in. Everybody's been keying on him, and with that young offensive line, it was a tough going to get started this year. He's rushed for over 800 yards. He's got 16 touchdowns. In his career, he's over 2,700 yards, 53 touchdowns. Defensively, 29 solos, 29 assists. He's a great linebacker, and this is the type of kid that Coach Manello loves to have on his team.
Absolutely. The Cougars lost their first game of the year, but they rolled through 10 straight. They have a passing game this year with Zach Lewinsky, who's doing really well, but really the next guy coming up is our other figure law spotlight player who should have a good night, Nick Koharski.
Nick Koharski, 6'1", 185-pounder, and he is quick as lightning. He's got 800 yards this year, 7 touchdowns. Defensively, 43 solos, 26 assists, 2 interceptions, folks. And he's just all over the field. He's just a dynamite player, being actively recruited by the PSAC schools right now.
Absolutely. So let's give our Penn College keys to the game. First, for Rich Manello's team, the Dallas Mountaineers.
Well, Coach wants him to play with a lot of emotion, right on the edge, in between the whistles. Keep it clean, keep it going. And he also wants to find those hitting yards in the kicking game, which will give the Mountaineers an advantage. Now, for Valley View, they've got to limit their mistakes, which they've been prone to all season long, and 2, limit Dallas's big plays. We got a great game scheduled here for the District 2 Quad A final.
And it's a rematch of last year's final, in which Dallas won in the fourth quarter, 21-18. The kickoff, the starting lineups. In this rematch, it's the District 2 Quad A Championship. It's Dallas and Valley View next.
You're watching North American Warhorse Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.
Here come the Cougars of Valley View, looking for their first District 2 title since 2021. Oh, when these two teams meet, the home team normally wins. Will that stay true tonight? We'll find out. Dallas won the toss. They want to receive. That means Valley View will kick it off. Braden Loft, the freshman kicker, has 5 touchbacks on the year. He will get this championship game underway. Gavin Lewis is back to receive. along with Tice Mason, and this District 2 Quad A Championship is underway. Lewis from his 10. As room gets to the outside, and nice return up to the 34-yard line, and that's where we'll see the veteran, Brady Zapaticki. 6 foot, 190, just 3 interceptions on the year. Coach, having another fantastic season.
Brady Zapaticki has really embraced this offense and has literally run with it. His attempts at passing have been crisp. He's only got the 3 picks, and they were early in the year when he was under duress with that new offensive line.
He has been running a lot lately on the year. He's run for almost 714 yards and 8 touchdowns. We'll see here tonight. It is a windy night. We'll talk about that in a second. He'll go to the air. Zapaticki, a lot of time. Can't find anyone downfield, and he's caught behind the line of scrimmage. Coming up was Jeffrey Silchak, and that will go down, I believe, as a sack.
Again, they went in an I backfield, which is kind of like going by the way of the dodo bird. You don't see that too often. He had time to run, but very solid hit by Silchak in there. And talking to his father, he said he's the nicest kid off the field. On the field, he's a beast.
Just a sophomore, 87 total tackles coming in. So after that, Zapaticki. As we said, he's been running a lot more. Valley View is ready for that. No gain on the play. And a great tackle by Gianna Marino, the all-star linebacker. Here is the offense. Brought to you by North American Warhorse. Malarkey and Geske in the backfield. The wide receivers have to step up tonight. Logan Geske, a junior, Gavin Lewis, and Nico Wilk. And then the offensive line, which we saw in week number 1, really has come together over the last few years, last few games, I should say, playing a lot better. But they're going to have their work cut out to them tonight with a very physical defensive front.
And big. They're giving up 40 pounds across the board right there.
Well, here's what we talked about, Coach, in pregame.
Prior snap, encroachment, defense, number 32.
Here our
referee, still 3rd down.
Here's our referee, Mike Serra. We'll see him in the white hat tonight. Very veteran referee staff between the Lackawanna and Wyoming Valley conferences. I was going to say, Coach Scott Wasilchak talked about the mistakes. There you see a mistake already. It was an offsides call on Valley View. So it's 3rd and 7 now facing this Mountaineer team.
That's the undisciplined part that drives coaches crazy. They know it's going to be a hard count. And, again, defensive linemen are told to look at the ball. You go deaf. So that's really frustrating.
A little quick out to Gavin Lewis. Nowhere to go. The defense steps up. And the Cougars are ready in this district championship game. Nick Kaharski with the stop. Dallas will be forced to punt.
Boy, Nick Kaharski did a great job from his cornerback position on this. Look at that. Just great job zeroing in, grabs his hips, and then just has a host of Cougars helping him out to drop him for a loss.
3 plays for Dallas. -6 yards on their opening possession. We talked about the wind. Kind of about 14, 15 miles per hour coming across the stadium. We'll have to see how this affects the punt game. Ron Lawback, very good punter, 38 yards per game. And McLean takes it out of bounds, and Valley View has their first possession. It looks like right around their own 32-yard line. A guy who didn't play in last year's game. Maybe that will make the difference tonight. Zach Lewinsky's taken over the quarterback snaps this year. He's thrown for a decent amount of yardage and just one interception. They don't pass all the time, but they've been effective.
They really have. And if you look, 774, you go, But you know what? When they have a brutal running game and they pound 10 to 15 plays a drive, they chew the clock up, and they don't really get behind the sticks where they have to throw the ball that much.
Winners of 10 straight. They average 26 points per game, this Cougar offense. Dallas is ready for the run. They're stacking the box. Kowinski gets a big push up front, and he's going to move all the way up past the 40-yard line, gain of 7.
Well, this game's going to be won, as we always say, at the line of scrimmage. You'll see right here, it's just a quarterback keep, and he's just getting – and look at all the dark blue jerseys pushing the Carolina blue jerseys backwards. They're giving up almost 50 pounds across the board.
Dallas giving up 19 points per game. Last season when they went to the state finals, they gave up around 10. So a little bit different defensive team here in this championship game. Right back to the ground game. They go to Kaharski, and he's up to the 45.
Dropped by number 54, Clark Van Orden there, the senior outside linebacker. Nice job with the read. Again, Nick Kaharski, they saved him. They used him sparingly for the last few games where he only had 54 carries. They want his legs fresh. They want to be able to utilize his speed out there.
This is a very healthy team for Valley View, unlike last season's championship game. So we're looking forward to that. That was our first Benny's first down of the game. This is the other back, big Preston Reed. 215, has gained 812 yards on the year. He averages 6.4 per carry, and he's up for 3. Let's take a look at this Cougar offense right now. Brought to you by North American Warhorse. Glowinski, Kaharski, and Reed. We've seen all of them carry the ball so far. McLean, we'll talk about him. Nice receiver, Skoblik and Marino. This is where it's going to be won. Up front, Coach, right?
Oh, big time.
We talked about some offensive linemen. They're not that big, but they're bigger than Dallas.
They are bigger than Dallas. Right now, they average 240 pounds across the board. Dallas is at 187 pounds. So Dallas is counting on their speed and their leverage. But the big guys are going to start taking it to them.
Lewinsky avoids one tackle into Dallas territory all the way down to the 36-yard line. Gain of 14.
That was Mike
Lewinsky.
Lewis that came up and whiffed on this right here. He just had his head down. Not real good tackling for him right there, but I know every Dallas Mountaineer is taught to tackle a lot better than that.
Well, Valley View can get this running game going. It's going to be a long night for the Mountaineers team because in their 3 losses for Dallas, they were much more physical teams, even though it was the beginning of the year. But when you lose to Jersey Shore, Wyoming area, and Abington,
yes,
they all have big offensive lines. Reed, first man through. Wide open gap for Preston Reed. Inside the 10 to the 4-yard line. Another Benny's first down. And it's a huge run of 32 yards. And they're in the Blaise Alexander red zone for the first time tonight.
Preston Reed just runs that outside zone. He was going to his right, cut back to his left. He's 6'1", 215 pounds. He's got 8 touchdowns on the year.
Almost had number 9 there, Coach, but a big hole off that side.
Look at that replay from the end zone shot. Beautiful job. Good job. Again, I always wonder as a coach saying, just sprint, get in the end zone. Don't look around. Don't try to shuck and jive in there.
Valley View to the power eye. First and goal. Lewinsky finds room, puts his head down, and he's in. It's a Santarelli Oil touchdown for the home team, Valley View. They march down their field on their first possession, and they take the early lead.
And this is just a quarterback keep, power eye right, power right. And you saw the left guard, Brody Call, getting his call, the 220-pound freshman getting up in there as the extra blocker.
This is where they had trouble last year. So we'll bring in the freshman, Braden Loft. He's gotten a lot better through the season. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is blocked. So the troubles continue for the extra points for Valley View. How will it play out? We'll find out. Cougars march down the field, 6 plays, 68 yards, and they lead 6-0. Well, Rich Bonello's team in the hole, 6-0 Valley View, all on the ground. march down the field in 6 plays and have the early 6-0 lead. But it all comes down to the extra points sometimes in this game, and who blocked it from the outside. Couldn't tell. That might have been Malarkey from that side. Nate Malarkey, as the Cougar fans enjoying the home cooking tonight so far with 6:43 left in this first quarter. Now Dallas has to respond.
And we saw last year that this game, the difference was 3 missed extra points. So hopefully Valley View, they don't go down that road again. Dallas has been down this road where they're behind, but, never count them out.
Gavin Lewis from his 20. Good coverage this time. He's ridden back by Marino up to the 30-yard line. So Zapatiki and company back out. Negative yardage so far on their first possession. But let's take a look at this Valley View defense, which is giving up 17 points per game. Brought to you by North American Warhorse. Cunningham, Contrat, Fiorelli, and Mutual up front. Linebackers Skeen, McIntyre, Marino, and Skoblik. And in the secondary, they'll be tested tonight. Leslie, Yukowski, and Kaharski.
Well, having big Gianni Marino in there really helps anchor that, but he got back his bud back there at McIntyre.
Zapatiki to the air again, trying to get Gavin Lewis. Had him open around midfield. He overthrew it, though. So you see what Dallas wants to do. They're kind of going, I say the wind is coming across the field, as I said before, so it doesn't look like they're affecting the passing game.
It's really, it's not. It's swirling a little bit more down there. The flags literally are sticking straight out. But this is what Dallas wants to do. This is what they've been doing all season.
Little run option. Zapatiki up forward for 7 yards.
That brings up 3rd and 3, which is very manageable. The pass run option that they have in here. Again, this was just a design quarterback keep. And you saw a big 72 in there. Jake Brick, the 6'1", 200-pound junior, lead blocking up in there.
This is where Dallas is tough. They could go to the air, or they're going to run it. Zapatiki fakes again. He has a Benny's first down and a lot more. And into Cougar territory, he goes down to the 47-yard line. So a 13-yard gain for Zapatiki.
And again, they're doing a great job with the RPO, the run-pass option. Look at that. He just laid it on to Tim Olkowski, the 6'2", 175-pound free safety.
They come up quickly, and if they don't like what they see, they'll get the play from the sidelines. Of course, Brady's brother, Brian, is the offensive coordinator. They have, quite a connection through the years.
Just a little bit of a blood connection.
A little bit. And they want to go to the air tonight. Zapatiki down to Malarkey, overthrown. So they obviously want to test the secondary, which did a nice job last year against them.
And we're seeing a cover 3 from the Valley View Cougars. And number 13, I mentioned it before, Tim Olkowski. He's playing 15 yards deep. And again, that was one of their keys. Do not let up the big play.
Well, if he's playing that deep, maybe you want to run the ball, but it is a single safety coverage. This offense averages 152 on the ground, 178 through the air, 330 total in a game. Zapatiki planned run. He's hit hard. Just a yard gain.
Boy, I'll tell you, Jeffrey Wasilchek, the 5'10", 210-pound sophomore inside linebacker, just did a nice job. Watch this hit, folks. Boom. He just laid it in there. Again, as an offensive lineman, you got to take care of that second-level stuff, and they've got to clean that up.
3rd and long now. Zapatiki with time, looking all the way to his left, and in and out of the receiver's hands. We're going to have a flag down. Rich Leslie thought he had great coverage, but the flag came down from the back judge, and I believe this will go against the Cougars. And if it is, it will give Dallas a Benny's first down.
Pass interference, defense, 15 yards from previous spot. First down.
So that's 2 penalties early on here that have cost Valley View. We're not going to be able to see the pass interference. Maybe they say he had his hands below. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, from that
low angle. It was intended for Logan Geske.
And again, it's not a spot foul. This is only high school where it's a 15-yarder.
But it gives them 4 more downs. Geske's first carry, trying to get outside. He does. Geske turns the corner, and he's going to have a nice gain of 9 yards.
Again, Dylan Geske, they're going to use him when they need to. They're going to count on Zabaticki. You see number 70 out there doing a nice job in the pool. Cole Langdon, a freshman, folks, 5'10", 210 pounds, leading the way for Dylan Geske.
It's a good answer for Dallas on this drive at what Valley View just did on their first possession. Helped by a penalty, but they're on the move. Geske right up the middle, has a hole. He has a gap. Geske puts his shoulder down. He is a Benny's first down and much, much more. First and goal, Dallas from the 10. 13 yards for number 4.
Well, that's the Dylan Geske we saw last year where he just can run people over. They run that counter tray look in there. He had 70 and 76 pulling Jarrett Webb coming over the right side, coming across to the left. Geske is very dangerous with this because he's such a solid, strong player.
Well, Dylan last year, 1,529 yards, 28 touchdowns on that run to the state title game. This year, as you mentioned, he's just about 799, 800. So he's a little bit fresher, but they've used Zapaticki a lot more. And Malarkey. So Malarkey will be the sidecar to Geske on first and goal inside the Blaze Alexander red zone. Great job by the defense. That looked like
Looked like 41, I think. 44, Coach. 44. Did a nice job in there.
Just a yard gain.
Zabaticki on the, again, design quarterback keep.
Geske falls down. Turf Monster, I think, got him, or he got tripped by Geske. I should say Zapaticki fell down, so it's a loss. So it'll be third down and goal from the 11.
You see the plays being signaled in by Zabaticki's brother there. It's kind of interesting when you have that bloodline going.
Zapaticki over the middle, looking for his receiver, and it's caught! Great job, Gavin Lewis. It's a Santarelli Oil touchdown for Dallas.
Well, and we saw the first week, Gavin Lewis was a game changer for the Mountaineers, but he got hurt, hamstring, and he's back to full strength. Great job with the offensive line giving him protection. Ball's a little wobbly. Look at that. Perfect placement, and he's got it.
That is going to be the matchup all night long. Kaharski and Gavin Lewis, and you saw Lewis just give Nick quite a stare down, almost a flag. You saw the referee right there. He was looking at it for taunting, but we're going to watch that all night long. So, Labak, all key, extra point, the strong leg. It is up and good, and Dallas takes the 1-point lead.
Here we go. Great job. Look at the offensive line, giving him time to throw that ball. The nice cup that was formed. And again, this is what Bob was saying. Again, this is what they got to be careful of. You can't be taunting. You can't be doing that. Coach Manello wants them to be playing right on the edge. But again, the touchdown was there. You're done. You did your job. You did a great job. You scored a touchdown. That's what the officials are talking to both head coaches about. Let's get our teams under control.
10 plays, 70 yards, just under 4 minutes of possession time. It was helped by that penalty from Valley View. So, nice response from the Mountaineers after the first possession was 3 and out, negative yardage. That one looked like the Dallas team we expected to see tonight.
That's what everybody has seen the last 8 games for Dallas. Unfortunately, we saw that week 1 where they just couldn't get the momentum going that they needed to, and that offensive line really has gelled over the last 8 weeks, and they started to take a little bit of control there. Again, the undisciplined part on Valley View came back to hurt them on that last series.
So Laubach has it teed up. Nice, strong kick. Nice return. Gabe Davis with the return. Let's take a look at the defense now. For Dallas, brought to you by North American Warhorse, Williams, Pekavich, and Webb up front. The linebackers very active. Riggle, Geske, Malarkey and Wilk. Lewis Kelly and Mike Lewis in the back. Logan Geske, the other
We have a lot of
quarterback. And
legacies
we have another flag.
out there.
Yeah, we have another flag, too. This is another one against Valley View, their third of the game.
Well, the hometown fans are a little upset with the officials right now because there's been two major calls right now. The first was that 15-yard pass interference that kept the drive alive for Dallas. Now they come out, and there must have been a hold, obviously, on the kickoff return. So now that puts that ball back at the 7 or 8 yard line.
Actually, the linebacker for Riggle is hurt, so it's actually Van Dorden is moved back to linebacker, Clark number 54. That's starting lineup. And they give it back to Koharski, and there's the defense. They shoot in using that quickness. Just looks like 1 yard on the play.
We mentioned earlier that the defensive line, the three interior guys, are averaging 187 pounds up there against a 240-pound difference of offensive line. But their speed is really what's been their trademark this year, along with how quick and how effective their linebackers are at tackling.
Valley View coming off a 21-14 win last week here in the opening round of the playoffs. Glowinski gets to the outside and has a hole. Glowinski shoots through up past the 20-yard line. It's a Benny's first down. Gain of 15 for the quarterback.
Well, Zach Swolinski, we know how dangerous he is as a runner. And you'll see right here, again, Nicky Koharski right there, lead blocking for him, just runs interference. And that chip block right there gave an extra 7 yards. And Swolinski just lunged forward for another 3.
And hurt last year's game, Zach was. He didn't play at all. And that's when they were kind of rotating quarterbacks, Cougars. Mimo was the starting quarterback last year. They still scored, but he's healthy this year. Reed just couldn't get the block from Mutual, and about a 2-yard gain for number 15.
Nice job by Sam Kelly coming up there, right there. Oh, great
Geske,
job.
too.
Yeah, Geske. I mean, these guys, they just flow so fast to the ball. We saw on that opening drive for the Cougars that he ended up springing that all the way down to the 5-yard line because they were caught inside. Now they're playing more discipline, playing their gap responsibility.
Geske showing the blitz does. Koharski found a little gap that closed quickly. It's going to be 3rd and about 6 now facing the Cougars.
That was Nico Wilk on that stop. Just grabbed him right around the ankle right there. Look at that. Nice job. Hits in the hip, rolls down, grabbed his legs. Take a running back's legs out, and they have nowhere to go.
Wilk, 64 total tackles, just a junior for this Dallas team. Not many seniors that play, especially on defense. Well, they'll be back next year. 4 wideouts now. Zawinski loses the ball. He's taken down by Malarkey. And here comes the punt team for the Cougars. Loss of 10.
Just looked like the snap was there. He just took his eyes off the ball and smartly just grabbed it so it didn't go Dallas's way.
Well, 1 quarter in the books. That was a quick one. 7-6 the score in the District 2 4A championship. As expected, this is a tight one here in the District 2 Championship. Valley View is down 1, missing an extra point again. Deja vu, coach, from a year ago. Just about the same score as we head into the second quarter. And, of course, it's a missed PAT that is the difference. So
And we're
Valley View has the 4th down. They're going to have to punt. Gowinski has it. High snap to him. Almost blocked. And he might have they got a hand on it. It is blocked. Special teams coming up big again for the Mountaineers. They have the ball at the Cougar 15.
Here we go. Let's see who gets that. That's number 34 for Dallas that got his hand on that. That tipped that. We're looking. I don't have him.
Yep, that's Hunter Pitkavich. Hunter Pitkavich.
Well, and this is what Coach Manella, what he said was he wants to find those hidden yards for one of his keys to the game. And when you block a punt deep in their own territory, this is what the Mountaineers wanted.
Geske, outside flag comes in. This is going to go against the Cougars. Second flag comes in, late hit. So we may have offsetting, as Coach is telling me right now. So Valley View trying to hold Dallas out of the end zone. The Mountaineers inside. Blaze Alexander red zone to start this drive off a block punt. First play of the second quarter.
Well, I'm sure the first one is a hold
Yep.
on the receiver, and then the second one's a late hit out of bounds. So let's see right here. You can see he just
There's
grabbed
a
them
hole.
up inside. He had them
Where's the late
front
hit?
and back.
Right,
Offense.
right there.
Right there.
10-yard penalty from the
Marino.
previous spot. After the play was over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds on the defense. Both fouls will be enforced.
Because it's a penalty after the play.
So they're going to march it back,
March it
and
back
then
and
march it forward.
So 10 yards, and then we'll have to distance to the goal, or is it 15? No,
It's 15 from
15.
After they walked it off.
So after all that, Dallas has the ball at the 10.
5-yard gain.
And should be second down, right? It was after the play. Well, no.
Now,
I think that's going to be, we're going to check because
they
after
still,
the play, it's half the distance to the goal. So the ball is actually the 13, and it's first down.
Okay. I'm looking at the scoreboard.
Nope.
They said first. I'm looking at the side. They said it was first, so here we go.
It's first down. So after all that, Dallas has an opportunity. Zapatika keeps it. He's got a gap. He's got another Santarelli Oil touchdown for the Mountaineers, and they've scored 13 unanswered to take the lead.
And you're going to see number 59, Nico Hazleton, and Tom Fiorelli pulling on this replay. There they go, boys. Right there. And that was a great job. Zabatiki opened to his right and then cut back to his left. It's like I said, it's the old Washington Redskins counter tray when you have those big guys pulling for you.
Well, Zabatiki so far the difference in tonight's game. That's his 9th touchdown on the season on the ground. So he has one on the ground and one through the air. Laubach on for the key extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is true. So after the block punt, Dallas needs one play to go 12 yards, and they take the 14-6 lead.
Nice job with that RPO. That's what's setting it up. They're all going to be flowing with Zabatiki. That freezes those linebackers, which allows them to set up that play with those guys pulling, and that's why he was able to go in for that walk-in touchdown.
What does Rich Manello tell us every time we ask keys to the game? Special teams, special teams, special teams.
Yes, sir.
We talked about that in pregame, down on the field with some coaches. How important are special teams? Well, it's giving you the 14-6 lead on a block punt. Here, let's take a look at it again. This is Pitkavich.
Pitkavich coming. Look at this. 2 guys in one.
And Malarkey was there, too.
And that puts number 38 for Valley View in a bind. Who do you pick up? He chips. He's on the one. He tried chipping. And then when he started to chip, that's when Pitkavich was able to get that hand up and block that. I mean, we talk about special teams as 1/3 of the game. Most coaches will spend maybe 20 minutes trying to get all special teams in. But I know personally, working with Coach Manel, he will spend 20 minutes just on one special team each day. just to make sure that the kids their assignments are tight as a drum, and this is where they reap the rewards.
Well, Valley View now down in a hole, 8 points, and the wind, as I said, is really rough here. Last week when Loft was kicking, a couple times it went down, and they had to hold the ball. So let's see if the ball will stay on the tee. 3, 2, 1, we're good. Okay, here goes Labach with a key kick from his goal line. Comes up through. That's Ben Evans. Evans with a nice return. Up to the 38-yard line.
He was brought down by Zach Williams on that. Here we go. Great job. This is where, again, special teams. Look at this. That just flipped the field by 30 yards for the Cougars. Nice job. Look at all the dark blue jerseys, the royal blue jerseys down there. A nice hit by number 56, Zach Williams.
Well, other games around the area, a lot of district championship games. How about we start with the AAA game? Prep leading Mid-Valley 21-0.
Oof.
Dunmore losing to Riverside in the AA championship of District 2, 7-0. And in a semifinal, Wyoming area beating Western Wayne 14-3. So on the first play, Preston Reed comes up for about a yard and a half gain. Call it 2 then.
Little fullback trap in there. You can see a little miscommunication, some maybe frustration setting in. Again, the game's still early. They're only down by a touchdown. They're fine. I know Coach Wasilchek and his staff are going to say, guys, just play calm, play within the whistles.
In the sub-regional final, semifinal now, Lackawanna Trails beating Tri-Valley 14-0. Six-man front. They give it to the second man through. That's Reed. He breaks one tackle and bounces and falls forward. They're going to mark him at the 44.
Well, that's Nico Hazleton right there. Number 59, lead blocking on the power. You see a great job by number 38, Brady Cunningham, picking up the defensive end, allowing the tailback to cut back inside. I like what I'm seeing, Bob, in terms of the old school football going up in the eye. I mean, everything nowadays is one back or no backs. It's nice to see, for me, an old guy like this, to see that back and, again, the I formation.
A lot of different kind of movement. They're going to stop this one.
Prior to snap, full start, offense, number 38. Full start. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
This is what Coach Wasilchak talked about when I spoke to him on Monday. We're making mistakes, costly mistakes in the game, just like that. Mental errors. They're going to back them up. Now it's 3rd and long instead of 3rd and manageable.
Well, and this is at this point in the season, these type of penalties should not be occurring because the kids, they've been playing together for 12 weeks now, and this is where coaches really get frustrated with this. And I understand the emotions; they're really high on both sides.
Timeout for Scott Wasilchak's team.
Benny's is celebrating 8 years in business, 3 convenient locations. Choose from dine-in, takeout, and delivery. Join us on Sundays. We have the NFL Season Pass, tons of football action, and even more delicious food options at Benny's.
Food? Benny's food?
Benny's, yes.
Oh, did we have some pizza tonight for Jan's birthday? Partner, happy birthday.
Thank you,
Back
Bob.
to 30 years old. That's great for you and your wife.
30 times 2 plus 3.
Okay, well, we can't do math, so
Yeah,
we're good.
You need toes and fingers and stuff, but
Well,
no.
we hope you had a great day, and
I did.
We enjoyed
Thank you.
Thanks for dinner tonight. No. No, we thank your wife for making cupcakes for the crew. Deb, awesome job. All year long, she's made goodies, and every week the crew loves what they see from Jan's wife, Debbie.
I appreciate that, but no one says, hey, what about the guy with dishpan hands that has to clean all that stuff?
Come on. So on 3rd down, after the timeout, let's see what Valley View has up. They're going to go to the air. First time tonight, Lewinsky's pass is caught, but it's going to be short of the first down. I think he got a bad mark as well. So he gained about 7 yards, I should say. Excuse me.
Gavin Lewis did a nice job. You see him, he's on his back pedal, and then he breaks forward, and I think that's what ended up happening. He did catch the ball, but he drove him back, and that's where you see that they're looking at that.
Beyond McLean, nice catch. The 6'3", 175-pound senior's 23rd catch on the year, and Valley View's offense is going to stay on despite having their ball on their own side of the field. So 4th and 2.
And we saw big Gianni Marino coming in, bringing the play in. And I think they're going right behind the big guy.
Dallas blitz. They're going to run the quarterback. Puts his head down. Zawinski. He just gets over, but flags come flying in from all over. From behind and from the referee. So we may have multiple penalties on this one. So let's check this one out. He got right to the line to gain. So he got 2. But will it count?
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. 15 yards we added to the end of the run. Result, first down.
They both saw the same thing, so Valley View gets the Benny's first down and additional penalty.
They just did the power, and you'll see right there.
He grabbed the hole.
He grabbed the side of it. Yeah, it wasn't a true face mask, but he did have his hands up there. And again, you can't do that. And player protection is number one priority for the officials. Good call.
Well, they saw his head spin. I think that was the giveaway for Lewinsky, excuse me. So Zach underneath center. He'll run this one again. Dallas says, nope, we know that play. -1 on that carry. Nice job by the interior defense. As looks like
55?
55 came up.
Or 56, excuse me, 56.
Zach Williams?
Yep. Zach Williams did a great job with that. Now, you'll see what they tried running on that. They quarterback reverse pivoted out, faked the toss, and he tried going right behind the pulling line. And to no avail, Dallas did a nice job.
That's Williams' 20th tackle for a loss on the season. And he's just a junior. 2nd and long now. Play action. Have Reed in the flat. Preston Reed down the sidelines. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 21-yard line. 17-yard gain for Valley View, and it's a Benny's first down.
Great job with the play action. He rolls out. Way to get yourself open in there. Look at him tiptoeing down the sideline. Great job. Valley View, again, they're seasoned kids right now. They're not going to be putting their hands up under duress or anything. This is what they're expecting, especially in the playoff games.
Well, after Dallas scored, this is a great response from the Cougars. So back and forth we're going for these offenses. Koharski didn't like the one hole and took it to the outside. He's ridden out of bounds, yard on that play.
Well, that was 24 and 34 for Dallas.
Pitcavage in there, along with Logan Geske.
Nice job coming up. Koharski tried stringing it out. Again, Dallas does a nice job in terms of just pursuit drills. These are all the basic things that we always talk about as coaches, things that you do. Why is it important? And again, as a player, you're like, we got to do pursuit drill again. This is why.
No gain on the play. Koharski alone back. He'll come out. Here comes the blitz on the outside. The quarterback saw it. He took it up the middle, but Dallas was right there. Nice job.
54, Clark Van Orden on there.
Van Orden, just senior, read that nicely. And Zach is fortunate just to get 2 yards.
I just happened to look at my phone real quick, Bob, and Debbie said thank you for the shout-out. She really appreciated it. And at 7:29, Coach Russick said, here comes the punt block. So we'll have to go back and look at the time and see if Coach Russick, is he's the great prognosticator.
Here comes the blitz. They almost get him. They do. Great job by Pitcavage coming through. And he tackles Lewinsky. Zawinski is hurt. Nope. Yep, he comes up ginger. Loss of 4. 4th down now.
Again, number 34, Hunter Pitcavage, 5'11", 170-pound sophomore, plays nose tackle. And he just uses his speed, got into the A-gap, and he just slapped at his feet. And you can see Zach landed, the way he landed on his arm and wrist, that one hurts, especially on the turf on a cold night.
So Glowinski stays into the game. Here's the snap. Flag down. Over the middle. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Van Norden. And Glowinski nails him out of bounds. No flag. That was a good hit. Just hard. And no more flags now. So there was a flag before the play, and now a flag post-play. A lot to sort out, and boy,
that's
emotions are running high here at John Hens' Veteran Memorial Stadium in this District 2 championship game. Folks, this is a rivalry. You might not think it is, but these two teams have met 5 times for the district title.
So here's the pick right there. Nice job, Van Orden, dropping back a zone blitz on that. That's crazy. Nice job. And let's see what happens here.
First interception for the senior. So right in front of Coach Manello. They're going to decide what the call is.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal formation on the offense, 5 men in the backfield. That foul was declined. After the play was over, during an interception return, unsportsmanlike conduct, 54 whites. That'll be half the distance. Dallas ball, first down.
So Van Orden gets called for the unsportsmanlike call. Maybe didn't like the hit. I thought it was a clean hit by Lewinsky.
It was. It really
just hard. So Dallas retains possession. And the Mountaineers will get the first turnover of the game, and they'll have it at their own 14-yard line.
He got the interception, and then what's he do there? Oh, he's talking trash over top of him, out of bounds. Again, that's the stuff. Both coaches want their teams playing right at the limit, but that was over the limit right there. When you're out of bounds, there's no need for that.
So the Mountaineers get possession up 14-6, 6:14 left in this second quarter. Geske with a nice little run.
Yeah, and that's what Dylan Geske, his trademark is feed him the rock. He's going to wear you out. He's 210 pounds solid. Again, there's that power play, 63 and 76 coming into your screen. They're doing a great job there. That's Jarrett Webb and Cole Langdon.
Zapatiki taking it to the outside, trying to get a block. He's up past the 15. I think he's got a Benny's first down. But we have a flag down.
Gianni
It's
Marino
going to go against Dallas.
Did a great job coming through the gap and hawked him from behind.
Illegal shift on the offense. Line did not reset for a second. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, still second down.
Well, we didn't see it, but again, if the offensive line, they get down, they get back up, they've got to get back down. You see the flag was already thrown. Again, this is the stuff that drives coaches crazy, that you start getting momentum and then you hurt yourself.
Well, Valley View came in with 10 interceptions on the year, but it was Dallas who got that INT, and they make a great play there. The ball comes out quickly. Nice job by Aiden Mutual, the junior. Picks up his third tackle for a loss on the season, and it's a big one. 3rd and long now facing the Mountaineers.
Well, that's the RPO right there. Again, that ball was out. Wow, good heads-up play. Again, with the RPO, you're reading that defensive end to see what he's going to do, and he kind of feathered his technique that time. He didn't quite crash down, but as soon as the ball was flashed, he came up on that running back.
Oh, Valley View wants to get off the field, get the ball back. Zapatiki looking, scanning, goes down the middle to Logan Geske.
And a flag.
And another flag. There was a lot of holding, I think, on both sides.
Valley View did a nice job with their bracket coverage there. The free safety coming over top. Corner had him.
Well, let's see the call, and then we'll go to the replay. A lot of flags here.
Pass interference, defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
So that's Kaharski on Logan Geske, and that will give him a first down.
No, it actually won't, Bob. It's the 15 yards.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be 3rd and about 3, if my math is right.
Yes, sir.
18 to go. 15-yard penalty. 3rd and 3. A lot better to be 3rd and 3, wouldn't it? Zapatiki. Little gap, but the defense is right there. Nice job, Marino in there, and also another great tackle from the sophomore with Silchak. 4th and 1.
They just go with, and you see number 54, the center's pulling Clark Van Orden. He's pulling remnants of, Jason Kelsey at center for the Eagles pulling. Nice job in there when you have athletic guys on the offensive line.
This is really rolling the dice, Coach. 4th and 1 inside your own side of the field.
Discipline on the defensive line now. Don't jump.
You can see Zapatiki making his head bob, and timeout called by Coach Manello.
Yep.
We'll take a timeout. 4:11 left in the half. 14-6 still the score. Rich Manello decides he's going to punt the ball. Laubach in. He is a good leg. Nice high end over end kick. McLean comes up, calls for the fair catch, but doesn't grab it. And then no one was there for Dallas. He called for the fair catch? I thought I saw his hand move. It's right at midfield, so now there's going to be discussions between the ref. It bounced, and then he picked it up. And he had a little bit of running room. And that's what he's talking to the referee about. Can you touch it after you call a fair catch, even if it hits the ground?
Don't think you can. Or you can't advance it.
You can't advance it, yeah.
Yeah, he did do that. He did do the fair catch with his right hand.
And then he touched it at about the 50.
And that's and again, he just continued running. I mean, heads up play by Beyond trying to make something happen, but.
Okay, so for Valley View, they have the ball. 4:02 left. They get the second half kickoff. Lewinsky to Reed. He puts his head down about 2 yards for the senior.
Just an ISO play in there, fullback leading up through. Again, Reed doing a nice job. Again, this is what they're going to do. They have 2 timeouts left, 3:46. There's no pressure on them. They want to try to get down into a scoring position right now.
Last time Valley View had the ball, they were intercepted deep in Dallas territory, trying to cut into this Mountaineer lead. Reed gets a nice hole, but gets tripped up, or he would still be running. I think Gavin Lewis tripped him up, and he's going to be about a yard short.
Actually, that was Sam Kelly, number 29. That, again, these guys are doing a nice job slapping at the ankles and the feet, knocking them off balance.
Three minutes now and counting in the first half in this District 2 4A championship game, and as advertised, it's been a doozy. We've had a little bit of everything.
Yep.
Another flag comes in, and again, against the Cougars.
Yeah, tight end Gianni Marino jumped. He flinched up there. He knew it.
Full start, offense, number 5. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Instead of 3rd and 2, it's going to be 3rd and 7. A lot more difficult if you're Valley View. So another penalty on the Cougars. It's plagued them most of the season, but they fought through it and have won 10 straight games, despite sometimes. So this is going to be a tight formation. Lewinsky looking for a hole, doesn't get it. Tripped up by Malarkey is on the bottom. And he's going to be well short.
A free safety, Mike Lewis coming up right in there. Right there at the end. Again, Dallas, what they do well, what they give up in size, they do well in tackling and their assignments.
Well, that penalty hurt them. It's obvious.
It did, yes.
It was 3rd and 2. Now it's 4th and 4. And they're going to go for it. Same formation. Same play. Pulling guard. Gets a hole. Lewinsky fighting, and he's going to be just over the 40, and it is a Benny's first down for the Cougars of Valley View.
Well, Coach Wasilchek said they're going to be playing physical all game, and that's what they're doing here. Again, if you look at their offensive line, they're kind of high right now, so the defense has the leverage on them. That's why they're not really blowing them off the ball, but they did a good enough job there to get that first down and sustain this drive.
Well, we know the Mountaineers have been in the weight room for a long time. Don't go by their size, go by their strength. Another run blitz. Lewinsky looking for downfield. Vern McLean almost made a spectacular catch. It goes in and out of his hands, and I think that was Marino. That is the tight end Marino.
Gianni Marino. I was wondering if they were going to get the tight ends involved in the game. What a great call. And again, he almost made a wonderful one-handed catch right here.
Well, remember last year, as we take a look at the receiver, their first touchdown of the game was a 98-yard touchdown.
Yes.
To rope the tight end straight down the middle. All right?
Again, you have a big guy like Gianni Marino out there, you think he's just going to be a blocking tight end. He's very athletic. Again, he's made all-state accolades at linebacker, so he's athletic.
Flip to Kaharski. He looked to throw it, pulls it down, shake and bake, and he's into the secondary, and he's got a Benny's first down. Nice job by Nick Kaharski on the fake pass, pulled it in.
And he made 4 Mountaineers miss. Here you go. Toss. He's looking to go. Good coverage downfield. Now watch. 1, 2. Good move. 3 and 4.
And then carried another one for a couple more yards.
Part of the strategy Coach Wasilchek has for his offense is he kind of minimized Nick's rushes the second half of the year to keep him fresh and strong for this game.
Under 1 minute, 2 timeouts remaining for Valley View. They go to the air. Nice pass, Lewinsky. Finds a receiver.
23.
Nice job making the catch from Mike Shemansky, the junior.
Just a real quick pass. Look at that. Nice ball. Look at that. Nice dart thrown by Swalinski in there. Great job. Again, keep those secondary guys on their heels. Have them start to creep back and hit everything short.
That was a nice pass by Lewinsky. A nice spin on that. Not known as a quarterback through the years, has really worked in the offseason to turn himself into a quarterback. And now they're going to be inside the red zone, trying to score before the half, and they'll get the ball again to begin the third quarter. Let's take a look at the schedule that had faced Valley View, and it was a 33-0 loss to Prep, and you're like, oh boy, here we go. But they rebounded, and they beat Wilkes-Barre. We had them against Abington. North Pocono gave them a game. Delaware Valley, who's in the District 2 5A championship tomorrow, they beat them. And then, of course, last week they beat Crestwood in the first round of the playoffs, 21-14. So nice drive being put together here at the end of the half for the Cougars. You would say they're in field goal range, but their special teams kicker has been suspect all year. Lewinsky to the air, has a lot of time. Still looking to the end zone. It's tossed up, and I think to Kaharski. But Kaharski turned into a defensive back, or that would have been intercepted again.
Well, Nick Kaharski's deceptive speed. He's elusive in there. gets himself out of the backfield on the wheel route, gets down there. Ball wasn't thrown the best. And again, great job now. He went back to his defensive roots. Number 29, Sam Kelly, was in great position to get that pick.
32 ticks left in the half. Here comes the blitz. Glowinski trying to set up a middle screen. They do. It's caught by McLean, but Dallas is there. Only a 3-yard gain to the 15. Timeout for Scott Wasilchak.
I like that inside screen, especially to be on McLean. We saw him against Abington. He came out, had a tremendous touchdown that game, and they're counting on his athleticism to try to do the same. Here you go. Look, when you get that kind of pressure coming on you, you know it's a screen. Nice job by 76 to stop and retrace his steps. That was Jarrett Webb. Nice job from his defensive end position.
Well, you would think third and about 7 to go. Is Scott Wasilchak thinking field goal? So like a touchdown, like a first down, but he'll have no timeouts left.
But you take 3 points now knowing that you're going to get the ball to start the second half. That puts you in very good shape right now. I mean, that makes it 14-9. So, and his kicker, he's got a lot of confidence because the kid has gotten so much better as the season's progressed.
We'll give Dallas's defense credit. They gave up that opening touchdown for Valley View on their first possession, but since then, they had an interception and have held Valley View out of the end zone and scoreless. The Toyota halftime report is coming up in 23 seconds. It's going to be an eventful 23. Glowinski has time, goes to the end zone, one-on-one, and it is almost caught. Kaharski out there, but it was thrown just a little bit too far. Good defense by Logan Guesty.
And Zach Swolinski was under duress on that play. He had 2 players coming right up in his face. You see right there, and he just threw that ball. He knew where it was going, right to the back corner of the end zone. Oh, that was well-timed play. That would have been devastating for Dallas if that was a touchdown.
Coming up in the Toyota halftime report, we'll check in on the Fox 56 News, and we'll have my one-on-one interview with Jerry McNamara, the head coach of Siena College, as they get set to come down to Bucknell November 30th. That's coming up in the Toyota halftime report. On 4th down, Glowinski to send it up again, the same kind of pass. No flags. Dallas holds, and no points on the board for the Cougars of Valley View. A little bit too far for a field goal.
And again, the pressure that Dallas dialed up in there. Swolinski had look at this. You'll see this right there. He's under 2 guys are coming at him. One guy was definitely in his face, and he just threw that ball up, hoping for that miracle.
Jack Kovac was the only one down there. He is a senior, number 9. And let's see if that possession comes back to haunt Valley View in the second half. They'll be trailing 14 unanswered points for the defending champs. Trying to get a visitor win for the first time in this series. 14-6 the score in the District 2 4A championship.
You're watching North American Warhorse Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.
We are at halftime of tonight's game. We're now in Albany, New York at Siena College, joined by the brand new head coach, Scranton's own Jerry McNamara, going to guide the Saints this year. And Jerry, thanks for the time today. Appreciate it. I guess, first of all, what made this time the best time for you to be a head coach?
Well, it's really not easy to get opportunities like this. I think you could spend a great deal of time in our industry and not get a head coaching job. So, for me, it was the right time in terms of I was offered a position, which is hard enough as it is. But when you talk about the mid-major level and history and tradition, Siena College is right there and, in my neck of the woods in terms of recruiting area. So just a seamless fit in terms of an opportunity.
Well, how was your time at Syracuse as an assistant coach? What do you remember from that?
It's what I probably hold dearest, not just the fact that I spent the amount of time I did at Syracuse as a coach, but the fact that I raised a family there. I think that's, my love for the school was always there. I think my love for the area really, really developed and grew as I raised family. I've said it before, the Jamesville-DeWitt School District there, we had such an incredible experience. So that was the hardest thing. You get a new job, you have to uproot your kids. And, any parent, they'll be the ones to tell you the most important thing in your life is the happiness of your children. So leaving Syracuse, there was an emotional tie because of that aspect, not just my playing days, but, that's their home.
The on-court stuff, though, where did you learn from Jim Boeheim?
Oh, man, you name it. I've said it over and over. I think the thing that I took from him most is probably the consistency aspect of, as educators, our job is to come in and set the table every day of what it should look like, the energy level in practice. And when you talk about sustained success over an extended period of time, he's right up there with the elites. That's why he's a Hall of Famer. So just the approach of his and the consistency, how he dealt with players, how he motivated them, how he dealt with student fan bases and the community, what he did off the basketball court. So, I'm very, very blessed. He's been up here, the fact that, he recruited me as an 18, 19-year-old, and he's still in my life now at 41. I hate to say it's 41, but, all these years later to still have a relationship with the guy that recruited you from the start, I'm just really blessed.
The late John Bucci also touched your life, I'm sure, from a coaching standpoint. Yeah. What do you take from Coach Bucci?
He prepared me to deal with Jim Boeheim. He was as good a coach in our area, and we established ourselves as one of the best programs in the state under his guidance. And it wasn't because I came and played there. He had done that prior to me getting there. So, I started to develop a relationship with Booch from the time I was in 4th or 5th grade, and I think he was trying to recruit me back then and get me to Bishop Hannon. But, talk about maximizing talent and getting the most out of his kids and motivating them. And then year after year after year to taste the success and not quite get to the top, I think was the best thing for all of us because it kept us going and pushed us. And, I'm just really grateful that I had a coach that I felt like, that tough love made me a better player over all those years.
We'll be back with more of this game after this.
We're back at the half. Everyone bundled up here at John Hens' Veterans Memorial Stadium as we get set to begin the second half of this District 2 Quad A Championship game. Back in the booth, Bob and the birthday boy, Jan Sechak. Jan, happy birthday, as we talked about. Boy, Dallas, quite a turnaround. Their defense stepped up when it needed to. They scored 14 unanswered, and they lead as the defending champs in this game.
Well, I'll tell you, when we saw Valley View come out and march right down the field and they punch it in, I mean, I was like, this is not going to be good. But again, these are seasoned coaches and seasoned players now that aren't pressing the panic button. They're just playing football the way they know how to, and we got a heck of a game going.
And Valley View has been hurt by some penalties. That's plagued this team coming in, and it's hurt them a little bit on getting some first downs. And they're, after that first possession, we have seen a little offense, but no scores.
And Bob, to your point about those penalties, they keep stopping all their drives. That's been their Achilles heel all season, and we saw the strength of Dallas said special teams, and we saw a block punt that set up the second touchdown. So, I mean, it's just the basic fundamentals of football are coming to fruition for both teams today. The team in the second half that makes the least amount of mistakes, I know it sounds cliche, Bob, it's going to be the victor.
Absolutely. Again, these two teams have met in the finals 5 times. The home team has won every game. Right now, Mountaineers trying to break that trend. Let's take a look at some first half highlights. And we talked about the Cougars driving right down the field, and they did 68 yards, and Glowinski gets the first score.
Yeah, on the quarterback keep, does a nice job with that. And now Dallas comes back. Gavin Lewis, a little 10-yard pass right into the end zone. Great job there, great concentration. Again, extra point was good. Now, here's the block punt. The special teams momentum, 1/3 of the game right there. That sets up Zabatiki for his 13-yard run. Look at that. Nice job on the RPO. Cuts back to his left side. Walk-in touchdown. Extra point. Good. And that's where we stand at half. 14-6 with Valley View coming out to take the ball to start the second half.
Both teams getting on the field, getting set to go. We'll have the second half coming up after. First, our national highlights around the country.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
The throw again. Throws it for the end zone, and it is caught! What a touchdown by Patton! He walked the tightrope on the back boundary.
Very quickly after this one, but definitely has this one right in their line of sight. A big one tonight, Ben.
All right, speaking of big ones, Jeremiah Thomas fields the kickoff, making some moves, getting downfield, and just like that, touchdown, Gadsden County.
McAllister might be looking that way again. He is, and it is caught! Touchdown! We're high! The Demir Mauder drive.
Absolutely.
Cleaver's local 809 touchdown.
Catch the defense off balance and go with a play action pass. How about a trick play on Halloween downfield? Roger Marco leads. He made the catch down inside the 20-yard line on a perfect pass from Roth.
We talked about a big part of their offense.
Second and goal. Baker lobs. It's caught. Gilchrist touchdown. Game on the line and a dynamic connection. Gilchrist and Baker.
We are back. Both teams ready to go for the second half. Cougars will get the ball trailing 14-6. Some scores from around the area. Lackawanna Trail beating Tri-Valley 35-0. Riverside in the District 2 AA Championship. They lead Dunmore 10-0 in the third quarter. Lewisburg beating Mount Carmel. Prep all over Mid-Valley 27-7. Danville, our number one team in the Friday Night Rivals top 10. They lead Montoursville 14-10. Jersey Shore over Shamokin. That is the District 4 4A Championship. Southern Columbia. Folks, when's the last time Southern didn't win a District 4 title, Coach?
Oh, I can't.
Look it up. They're losing 32-14 to Troy. That will knock the Tigers out of the game, the 12-time state champions. Wyoming area 21-9 over Western Wayne. And Warrior Run beating Towanda 29-7. Some keys to the second half for both teams, Coach?
Well, right now, Coach Vasilchak has got to tell his kids to play disciplined ball. No more penalties. We can't afford to give a Dallas football team any type of momentum or yardage. Now, for Dallas, they're going to have to tighten up that defense because they're going to come at you right now and just start to try to implement their will in terms of using their size to their advantage.
From the 10, that is Evans. Had a nice return before. Brings it up in good field position. How important is this possession for the Cougars? Do they need to score here or just not go 3 and out?
They can't go 3 and out. That's number one priority. They need to do what they did right before the half. Grind the ball downfield and get into a good scoring position. Valley View all season long has had these 10 to 15-yard drives where they just grind the clock out. They're going to wear you down with their physicality, and Dallas has to be prepared for that, especially with the difference in the offensive line's weight difference.
There you saw Scott Wasilchak, his second season, 20-5, looking for his first title as a head coach. Fumble. Geske gets the ball for Dallas, and they have excellent field position. Problem on the snap.
Well, that's not... Again, there's number 34, Hunter Pitcabbage, the nose tackle. Again, 170-pound sophomore. Just is really quick in there. They just had a bad exchange. Good job falling on it for Dallas. The momentum now, that just took away that any momentum that the Cougars had to start this second half are now gone.
Absolutely. You mentioned momentum. It's all on Dallas' side now, trying to go up 2 scores. So Zapatiki back on. He's had a good first half. Has 1 touchdown pass, and he's scored another. Goes to the air, and it's almost intercepted by Nick Koharski. Knocks it out of bounds, intended for Malarkey.
Well, Nick Koharski has 2 interceptions on the year. Does a nice job from his safety position, coming over there, playing over top, bracketing that. Look at that. Great position, and then he got a chance to put his shoulder into the receiver to make him pay for coming into his zone.
That would have been huge for Valley View to get the ball back. They have both turnovers on this evening. Back to the ground game. Geske. Big hit. And a nice tackle taken by Tyler Skoblik. Just a gain of 2.
They just go with that outside zone, and Geske has nowhere to run. Nice job by Valley View's defense stringing it out, and you saw number 10 not taking anything from any Dallas player.
2 split backs. Malarkey heads out. They're going to go to the air. Zapatiki looking. Finally has to pull it down. He's knocked down about the 20. He's going to be short of a first down, I think, by about a yard. 4th down for Dallas.
If we could get the end zone shot of that replay after this play, look at this. Thank you, guys. Great job. Look at how this opens up right there, folks. And he put Wasilchak and Marino on an island in there, and Marino missed, unfortunately. Again, that's why Zapatiki has just been so great at that quarterback draw.
Well, there's Geske off the right side, has a Benny's first down inside the Blaze Alexander red zone at the 13.
And there it is, right there. This is where Dylan Geske is going to start getting hot. They're going to keep giving him the rock because he's such a physical player to try to counter how big and strong the Valley View Cougars defense is.
Dallas trying to turn the turnover into points. Zappaticki the fake. And again, we've talked about him running more lately. He picks up 6.
Pretty fearless runner in there in terms of quarterback. He's not afraid to mix it up. Again, everything he runs has been inside, where you would think as a quarterback you don't want to run him inside where all the big guys are, especially when you have somebody as big as Marino in there at 6'2", 220 pounds, with Sealcheck 210. And Zappaticki is tipping the scales at 190.
There you saw Rich Minella with his board calling the plays. Zappaticki trying to hit Malarkey out in the little flat play. Now Zappaticki's thrown for over 5,400 yards in his career, 61 touchdowns through the air.
Great job with the hand flash in there. It's a great play. They just couldn't connect on that. Good pressure from Valley View, getting right in Zappaticki's face. We'll see what the flag is.
Was there a flag? I didn't even see it.
Yes, I didn't see it, but
I
think it's against Dallas because he was talking to Coach Wasilchek.
Cougars get a break here. Mike Serra, our referee and crew tonight.
Downfield, number 56, 5-yard penalty. No, you already accepted it. You already accepted it.
Well, there you saw Valley View coaches didn't want to take it, but once you accept the penalty, Zappaticki to the end zone, over, and another flag. Trying to hit Gavin Lewis down there. They already have two tonight.
Yes.
2 pass interference calls on the Cougars. This could be number 3. Here we go, right at you.
And this is Rich Lewis.
Oh, he hit him. Yep, just before.
Yep. The 5'8", 170-pound senior back there. Again, playing bump. It's not a spot foul, but it does give Dallas a first down.
Half the distance to the goal. Yep.
So no, it's
second down, about 5. So penalties have hurt the Cougars tonight. Geske has room, looking towards the end zone. Good defense from a physical Valley View team. They hold him short of a first down with Marino on the tackle.
And Nick Koharski coming up from his corner spot. Look at this. They string it out perfectly. Number 2 does a great job. That is Pat McIntyre. Great job. He collisioned him and allowed his teammates to come up and clean that up and not allow him to get that first.
It looked like Geske had a clear shot. So on third down, Zappaticki still fighting. He's going to be short by a yard. He got about 1. So now Dallas on fourth down. Do they kick the field goal, take the points, or go for the touchdown, Coach, and the first down?
I think Coach is going for it. It's a playoff game. It's district championship game. Let's lay it all on the line right now.
Signals coming in. This is where, with Zappaticki running, you got to keep an eye on him and Geske. This is tough for a defense. 4th and 1 inside the Blaze Alexander red zone. Trying to get Valley View to jump offside, and Coach Manello wants to call timeout. It's a chip shot for Rowan Laubach. It puts you up 2 scores with your defense playing well, but also you're able to run the ball. So they're going to talk it over. So here's what Dallas has done. 3 losses. Remember, we saw the Jersey Shore game. They let Jersey Shore come back in that one.
Yes, they did.
Wyoming area, another playoff team. Abington, a playoff team. Then they finally, things started clicking. Things got a lot better, and they go on a run, and that's right. They're in the district final right now and leading.
And some of the teams they beat are the larger schools where they got the power points that really helped them with the seedings. Again, when you start out with Jersey Shore, Jersey Shore we saw, and I equated them to like mosquitoes and gnats. They just hang around, and they just come at you, and then all of a sudden they pull the win off. Wyoming area, a big, strong, physical team. But again, that was a dogfight, 49-41. I mean, they had 3 tough games to start the schedule, and it got them ready for this run right now.
The offense will stay on for Coach Manello.
Discipline right now for the Cougars.
Zappaticki is hit. It's where the ball is going to be placed. I think he's short, but let's see.
I'm looking at the one official. He has it at, looks like he's at the 4 down here, but
Do they measure? Both teams say they want the ball. This would be a key spot if you're Valley View. Here come the chains. Oh, can we get the guys to move? And they're short. Short by a half a yard, and Valley View holds, and they'll take over on downs.
Let's see. They go with, all right, number 70's pulling for them. That's Cole Langdon. The front side, again, great job in there.
Preston Reed took him down. I think that's number 15.
Yes.
Doesn't play a lot of defense, but he came up big right there. Just 3 total tackles on the year for the senior, but that's his biggest one of the season.
That's huge. Huge, keeping Dallas out of the end zone. And now they've got a long field to go.
Yes, they do. They have the ball, and Reed gets the ball, shoots out to about the 10.
That's the play that Preston Reed broke open early in the first quarter that set up the first touchdown. So they're going to keep trying to pound it off tackle, and by doing that, what that's doing is it's going to force the defensive end either to play in or they're going to end up, Bob's making the passing motion.
Look, watch out for that tight end. Roop last year over 95-yard touchdown run, catch, over the middle pass.
And again, Gianni Marino will, he'll lull you to sleep with his blocking technique, but he's so athletic, they'll slip him down on the tight end pop.
They're going to keep it. Lewinsky gets a block for Marino, and it's going to be depending on the spot if he got a first down.
Again, they just go with that open hand fake back there, and he's a keep. Good job with the blocking by Preston Reed, Gianni Marino.
1 yard short. So now this is where Dallas's defense needs to step up. Force Valley View to punt. Boy, what a great high school football game we have here tonight. Glad you could join us. Week number 12 here on MyTV, WQMY, Friday Night Rivals. The big back gets it. He's got a first down. Logan Geske trying to get him. There's the rest of the Mountaineer team, but he has a Benny's first down. They're moving the chains for Valley View.
Nice job with the power play. You see big number 50 coming in there, Brody Call. A freshman, folks, 220 pounds. Not afraid to mix it up out there. Gets a key block, and Preston Reed gets that first down to keep the Cougar drive alive.
Key for Valley View on this drive will be discipline.
Yes.
Because the penalties have hurt them on drives. But they need to go 96 yards to tie this, the possibility of tying it up. Kaharski cuts it back inside. Moves forward to the 22.
Nice toss play right in there. Kick out by the fullback, and it just creates a nice seam up in there for Kaharski to get a tough 4 yards.
Kelly on the stop. Second down and 6.
So they needed to want to be physical all night with this Dallas team, but give the credit to the Mountaineers. They've held their ground, but now if you're Valley View, you want to ground and pound this one.
Exactly, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to take time off the board and just keep that physicality going.
Another blitz by Dallas. They've been run blitzing all night long. Glowinski falls forward, no gain on the play.
Just see that 3-4 defense that they're playing. Again, the linebackers are being very aggressive, making sure that the A gaps and B gaps are taken care of. The C and D gaps are taken care of by the defensive ends and the outside linebackers in there. And they're making it really tough for the Cougars to find that alley to run in.
The winner of tonight's game, you ask who will they play? They will play either Pope John, the second, which is one of the number one team in 4A in the state, or Springfield. They're the winner of District 1, and they will host. Timeout on the field, 5:25 remaining in the third, and the Cougars take a timeout. As we talked about, Coach, these two teams, they've met a lot through the years. And here's the recent history. We saw last year's game go to Dallas, then in 2022, in a semifinal, Valley View won. And then the first game of the year, and in another final in 2019, another final in 2018. Valley View won the district title in 2017. They beat Berwick. That was on the road. And then in 2011. So there's the recent history, and it is a rivalry between these two teams.
I mean, you're looking at 6 games spanning 13 years. Again, these two teams are the teams to beat when we talk about District 2 Quad A schools. Who's going to win it? It's going to be one of these two schools. You got Wyoming Valley Conference being represented by Dallas, and obviously Lackawanna with Valley View. I mean, few and far between in there. There's been other teams that have good runs for 1 year, but consistently these two teams are the teams to beat.
Quick blitz, quick shovel pass inside to Reed. And he's going to be short of the first down. That almost got intercepted.
I like the play call. Nice little flips in there. You know, that's beautiful. Nice call. But, again, Dallas is just playing such disciplined defense, they're not getting faked out with it.
I don't think you can go if you're Valley View. 5 minutes left in the third and counting. You're 2 yards short. You don't want to give Dallas the ball, do you? Inside.
Well, they're going to probably try to hard count. Yeah, their offense is staying out.
Well, there's only 10 on the play clock, so they got to call another timeout or either punt the ball. Well, they're coming up quickly, and they have to call it. Oh, that could be huge, Coach. 2 timeouts in a row for Valley View. Some miscommunication, and they're going to have 1 timeout left in the game. They trail 14-6, so advantage Dallas. Well, you go? You're going to go here?
I personally, no, I wouldn't, because there's a lot of game going. Yeah. Your defense is playing pretty good. Your offense has been moving the ball. The only thing that's really stopped them is themselves with penalties.
Again, Valley View already has a block punt tonight. Dallas has blocked the first punt. So if you get a good punt off, you back Dallas up a little bit, and the defense has to come up big, which they have already. They already kept them out of the end zone after the interception, or the fumble recovery, I should say, on one of the first plays of the second half.
And when you look at the momentum game, Dallas took it away. Valley View got it back with that great stop there to keep Dallas out. Now, Dallas's defense is starting to do what they've got to do to keep Valley View on their heels. So that's why I'm saying I would punt it, because there's a lot of time to go in the game.
Looks like the offense might be on the. Remember, Glowinski is the punter, so they can easily go into punt formation, and it looks like they might. Glowinski, power, set. Glowinski puts his head down, powers forward, the line pushes through, and it's a Benny's first down past the 30 for Valley View. There's the physicality you needed to see, and they pick up a first down.
I mean, Zach Swolinski, 5'10", 210 pounds, a little bit deeper to give him a chance to get him up to full speed, and he came in there and he plowed that right in there for a first down to keep this drive alive.
The senior, who had 165 yards on 17 carries, Zach Lewinsky, picks up a first down for Valley View. Here's a toss down to Kaharski. A little wing route, gain of 15, and it's a Benny's first down.
Nice job with the play action pass, and you swing your tailback out there. Does a nice job. Nick Kaharski does a great job eyeballing this in. Gets himself free. Look at this. Dips his shoulder, keeps the legs driving. Again, just from that extra effort, he got 3 yards. Good job, Nick.
Gavin Lewis on the tackle, the senior. Valley View trying to flip the field. How about a touchdown? Glowinski on his horse. Glowinski inside the 5. Carries a defender in, and it's a Santarelli Oriole touchdown. 54 yards. Zach Glowinski.
Well, Gavin Lewis, number 23, was the last man there, and there was 2 yards to go, and he just let him go in there. Now, the pressure's on. Right now, Valley View. Here's that play again. Look at that hole open up in there. Nice move. Shake and bake in there. A good ball security. Look at it. High pointing that. He's got his hand over the top of the ball. 2 hands on it.
And he saw how tough he is to take down.
He's a solid young man playing.
Here we go. 2-point conversion. Lewinsky. See if they run power football. They do. The push. The 2-point conversion is good, and we are tied at 14. 3:30 left in this District 2 4A championship in the third quarter. The crowd's going wild, and we'll have a fantastic finish for you coming up after this. Well, the Cougar faithful excited about that, Coach. They said they needed a big play, and they got it. Well, 9 plays, 96 yards. Lewinsky with a big 54-yard run. Then he takes it in for the 2-point conversion, and we are tied here in the third quarter of this district final.
Well, the confidence that Zach Swolinski has in his offensive line and himself he just demonstrated that right there. His will to go 54 yards for a touchdown.
Lewis from his 14. Oh, special teams are there. Flag comes in. I don't know if there's from his face mask or horse collar. Yeah, I think he went down pretty abruptly. And it's going to be a horse collar, so Dallas will have the ball. But we are tied at 14, Coach. We said, Dallas, you need big plays from your big players on a big night. And we've seen it tonight from both teams.
And here's the replay on this, and you're going to see right there's the horse collar.
I think that's a face mask.
Well,
personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense.
Oh, he got him inside.
Yeah.
It's either a face mask or a horse collar. You saw.
I mean, it's just the way how violently his body shifted, and Coach.
I think he had him in the front.
I think he had him in the front, but again, the angle of the official would see that. Again, they're going to always err on the side of caution for the player's safety.
Scott Wasilchuk is trying to make his point, but you're not going to change the referee's view. Again.
And we don't have replay.
Yeah, they don't have replay. So, just like the other one might have been a face mask where he had his inside his helmet. It was the way his head twisted. That he just twisted wrong. But as you say in our replay, he got the front of his jersey. That's not a horse collar in the front, right?
No. It's just that his hand was inside.
Yeah, it's the way he went around pretty violently. And that's, I think, the call for Scott Wasilchuk. Just maybe a little frustrated with the referees tonight. Some of the calls have definitely gone against Valley View.
Now the defense for Valley View is going to be playing really inspired because they're going to feel like there's 12 men against them, 11 from Dallas, and then the officials.
Geske trying to get outside, gets flushed out and gain of 1. Kaharski there. Also Tyler Skowick, a senior.
Well, Valley View, like I said, is going to be playing a little bit more inspired right now, where you get that chip on your shoulder that you feel like the officials are against you. As long as they play everything smart, they'll be okay.
Plus, you're at home, right?
Yes, and you got your fans, and they're going crazy. And
Zapatiki met, gain of 3, third down now facing Dallas. So they're going to stay on the ground now.
Quarterback keep. Again, they faked that RPO coming across. He just tucks it up and goes.
We haven't seen the big play from Dallas tonight. Just that one big play on offense.
And when you were saying that, Bob, I was looking at the flags, and they are still going left to right.
Yeah. Strong winds here, about 15 miles per hour. Maybe that has affected some of the pass game for Dallas. They're going to go to the air. Looking, covered. Well covered out there by the secondary for Valley View. Nowhere to go to. And fourth down for Dallas, and the momentum, you can feel it shift here.
And then again, this is just a pass route breakdown right now. You had two receivers in the same spot. So that makes it easy for the defenders because you got two guys plus the free safety coming over top. So it was a 3-on-2 advantage to Valley View.
Gavin Lewis is the big receiver for Dallas. So Laubach in for the punt. High kick, a little bit short. Valley View better get out of the way. Well, I don't know why he picked the ball up, and that was Rich Leslie, the safety. Leslie, I don't know why you pick it up. You get out of the way.
It's poison. Again, you got all the white jerseys around it. He's trying to make things happen. I get it. He was using the official as a pick, but then you get walloped like that and really didn't gain anything.
Well, I'm sure someone will talk to him about that. But Valley View now has the ball. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Valley View with the only points in the second half so far on that last touchdown. Now the referee's talking this one over. You can't advance. It was a fair catch. You can't advance it, right?
Correct. And we saw that in the first half when they tried doing that, when Beyond McLean tried to do that.
They're spotted down on the 32-yard line. First down, Valley View in the middle of the field.
Bob, I'm looking at some scores. Jersey Shore has the lead over Shamokin right now. 46-20, Troy over Southern. Scranton Prep, 33-14 over Mid-Valley. Western Wayne, 22. Wyoming area, 21.
Hey, give the Wildcats a lot of credit at home coming back in that one.
Trail 42-zip final. Congratulations to Coach Jervis and the Lions.
Reed, inside trap run. Gain of 12. It's a Benny's first down up to the 45.
Well, and again, this is what they've been known to do. Their physicality. There's that trap. Nice job by the offensive line. And that was, I always got to give Brody Call a shout out. This 5'11", 220-pound freshman lead blocking up inside there.
Now, Dallas this year did give up 372 yards on the ground in the Wyoming area. Valley View's not going to match that, but you've been able to run on Dallas this year with a physical team. But that was week 2. They move forward now again.
Swalinski on that carry right there.
This is going to wear down Dallas's defense if you keep pounding the ball, and that's what Valley View wants to do.
Oh, absolutely. There's no surprise there. They've done this all season long. Talking to Chris Koharski earlier, who's in charge of NPF football, he was telling me, he said, they just control the clock. They will run these huge drives. So their stats don't look amazing, but they're getting the job done.
Koharski shoots through. We got a little thunder and lightning going for Valley View, either Reed or Koharski. He shoots through for a Benny's first down up to the 37-yard line. Gain of 14.
Well, again, Nick Koharski wants to get a piece of the action in here. I mean, we've been sprinkling in some quarterback stuff in there with Swalinski, so now let me have my chance.
Well, after that long run by Lewinsky, you can feel the momentum definitely change in favor of the Cougars here. This should be the last play of the third quarter. Koharski up to the 32, and that will do it. Coach, in a district championship game, you want things to come down in the fourth quarter, and it will. We're tied at 14. Who's going to win the 4A championship? We'll find out on the other side. Well, we got ourselves a good one here at John Hens' Veterans Memorial Stadium. Bye-bye, Jan Seedchak here on Friday Night Rivals. Just the way you drew it up. Tied at 14 into the fourth quarter. Valley View on the move, trying to take back the lead they had early on. Coach, fourth quarter, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking Coach Wasilchek's just going to do what they've been doing. Ground and pound. They've got a three-headed attack right here in terms of running. We haven't seen too much passing because, they don't need to.
Just going to rely on that big offensive line. Kaharski, little gap. Taken down quickly by Jared Webb. He falls forward. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
There's that little power play in there. You saw number 50, Brody Call, coming out again, trying to get in there. And, again, he gets locked up at the end there, but does a nice job. Nick Kaharski, again, the Dallas defense, they're going to start getting tired now. I mean, they're well-conditioned, but when you're giving up 40 pounds on the offensive line versus that defensive line, it's going to come into play right now.
Lewinsky, head down. No room there. He's going to be close to the line to gain. I think they're going to mark it right at it. Should be a Benny's first down for Valley View.
Well, the sticks haven't moved yet.
No.
Well, where the ball's spotted and where oh boy, I
think they're going to measure this.
I would hope they would.
Yeah. Valley View this year against Walpole Pack, 285 yards on the ground. That's their high.
Sign out for a measurement.
They're going to need all of that here in this fourth quarter against the defending state runner-ups and District 2 champions from Dallas. Dallas has won 8 straight coming in. They beat Honesdale last week. They're 48-14, and they're short by a
few inches there. It looked like. Well, here comes the hard count and the quarterback sneak, I would imagine.
4th and 1 now, facing Valley View. Dallas this year lost their first 3 games, Jersey Shore, Wyoming area, and Abington Heights. Since then, they've been on a roll for Rich Manello's team. I can't believe it's been 10 years for Rich Manello, the former Kings coach. He's 85-35, and he's taken his team to, 2 state finals?
2 state finals.
Not too bad. So 4th and 1. It is the quarterback sneak, and Glowinski, and he powers through it. It is a Benny's first down. We'll move the chains and keep the drive going.
I like how Zach did a nice job going forward, and then he spun to get that extra yardage because his knees weren't down. Smart play by Zach Swolinski.
Well, Dallas's defense needs to come up big now and hold them to something because, look at, Valley View does not have a kicker. So a field goal, that would be a tough pill to swallow if you're Valley View. Slowinski shoots through. He's out in the open. It's a Santarelli Oil touchdown for Zach Slowinski and Valley View. 27 yards, and number 1 is carrying this Cougar team.
What a great job by the offensive line, moving people out of the way, but more importantly, look at Zach Swolinski right there. Rushing, jiving.
I was going to say, this is the key extra point. We don't want to miss it. This could be the difference in the game, folks. So you're bringing a freshman kicker on. Braden Loff. Last one was blocked. Kick is up, and it is good. We'll take a timeout. 14 unanswered points for Valley View, and they have the lead with 10:17 left in the game. 8 plays, 68-yard drive, and the Cougars, on the legs of Zach Lewinsky, take the 21-14 lead here early in the second quarter.
Well, this second half has been the Zach Lewinsky show. 54-yard touchdown to get the game within 2. Then decides to run the 2-point conversion to tie it up, and then he took the ball 27 yards right there for the go-ahead touchdown.
Well, you don't think he wanted to be in this game after missing the final a year ago? Unbelievable. Good job by the senior. So the freshman, Loff, the key extra point, has this one teed up. Geske and Lewis back to receive. This is Gavin Lewis from his 9. Has had some good returns tonight. Finds a little gap and a hole. Shoots through. Dallas will have very good field position up to the 39.
Lewis on the return. Penalty marker on the field.
Benny's is celebrating 8 years in business. 3 convenient locations. Choose from dine-in, takeout, and delivery. Join us on Sundays. We have the NFL Season Pass, tons of football action, and even more delicious food options at Benny's.
On the kickoff, there's a flag. Illegal hands against Dallas. So we'll back up the Mountaineers now to their 15. So they were going to have the ball at the 39. They're now at the 15. So the 4-year starter, Brady Zapaticki's got to lead his team back to tie this one, or the season's over for the Mountaineers, the state runner-up from a year ago. This is where all that experience is going to pay off, Coach.
It really will. And the discipline that this Dallas team has, that Coach Mills instills in his players, again, they're not going to be sounding alarms right now. They're just going to try to grind it out and do what they do best, and that is trying to score on their offense.
Well, it's a 3-yard run for Zapaticki.
And you just see it, quarterback keep. He sets, it's quarterback draw. You know, he sets up like he's going to throw, and then he just goes right up in.
Well, it looks like Coach Manello's calling the plays tonight. Zapaticki back, has a lot of time. Lofts one, down the middle.
Oh,
broken up. No flags down.
Yeah.
Oh, a flag in the back again?
Penalty marker on the field.
And we got two Cougars down right now. That's not good.
Nope.
That looks like Nick Koharski.
It does look like Koharski. Down. Let's see. Valley View already has 3 interference calls on that one. I don't see any flag.
No, it's not.
Malarkey.
No, it's not Nick Koharski.
Nope.
He's up. I think it was
20, maybe Rich Leslie, the safety. He's a 7.
I saw Okowski in there, 13, and probably Rich Leslie. I think it was 27.
Well, we didn't get a call yet. I really didn't see an interference. Did you?
No, I did.
Holding?
That's why.
Right
right
holding
there.
the back.
It was. He grabbed him from the shoulder pad.
He grabbed him.
So who do we have the injured player down? Again, and his helmet's off. So that was just a collision by both of the Cougars going for that ball.
Well, we hope he's all right.
Yeah, he's up. His head's up. He's probably, yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick little check out our top 10 to see how they're doing tonight. Again, you can watch this every Tuesday night on the Fox 56 News first at 10. Our top team, Danville, having a slugfest against Montoursville.
They're up 28-10 right now.
Scranton Prep is beating Mid-Valley. Troy was beating Southern Columbia.
They were. I think it was 52-10.
Shamokin was losing to Jersey Shore.
53-20. Okay, so the injured player, he's getting up on his own accord. That's great to see.
That's Tyler Skoblick, number 10. So Tyler Skoblick looks okay. And Shamokin, Jersey Shore, that's the District 4 AAA championship, and they're tied at 14 in the third quarter as well.
Holding is the call against the Cougars.
So we'll keep going through our top 10 after this play. So after the penalty, It's a first down. That's the fourth penalty on the secondary for Valley View tonight. The fans don't like it, but again, they can't see our replays. Zapatiki to the sideline. The only one now there is Koharski, and he intercepts it.
His third one of the season. What a key time to get it.
Trying to hit Gavin Lewis down the sidelines. Koharski was there, and he pulls it in for Valley View.
Again, he had a lot of time to throw this ball. He just overshot his target right into the hands of Koharski. And three interceptions this year, and that was a perfectly placed one.
I think they're pretty excited on the Valley View sidelines.
I'd say the least. Yes, they are.
Up 7 now. A chance to run out the clock, or at least keep this Dallas offense on the sidelines. Now it's up to the Mountaineer defense to hold back this team that has been running the ball very effectively tonight. Going to start in the eye. Reed has a hole. Reed on his horse. Preston Reed into the open. One man to beat. And he's knocked down at the 6.
Well, I don't think Preston Reed's a member of the 4x1 team up here. But I'll tell you, what a great burst in there. He did that the first quarter, too. Again, this is just a power play. It was the ISO power. Does a nice job bouncing to the outside. Again, coach is going to tell him, hey, put the ball in the opposite hand right there. Again, he just slowed down. He was just gassed at that point. But sets his team up for what could be the knockout punch.
Well, they wanted to run the ball, and they have. It's 60-yard gallop, so 3 big plays by this Cougar offense all on the ground. To the power eye, inside the Blaze Alexander red zone. Reed bounces to the outside, and he's dragged down. Good tackle by Sam Kelly.
I mean, Preston Reed, 6'1", 215 pounds. He's got 8 touchdowns on the year. He's just a big physical kid, and this is where they want him right now in the fourth quarter, just pounding the rock, making sure his physicality is taking its toll on the Mountaineers.
You needed to stop the run if you were Dallas and make Valley View throw the ball, and in the second half, the Cougars have just found a way
yes, sir.
to pick up chunk yardage here in this district title games. Lewinsky off the left side, and we're over a flag down. And a whistle.
Prior snap, false start, offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Well, these are the small penalties that have not hurt the Cougars this year. I mean, they've won 10 games despite the penalties, according to Scott Wilczek.
Yes.
Now they're up 21-14, so no harm, no foul. I mean, it's just going to back you up a little bit.
Well,
but
yeah,
you need another score.
You do, and yeah, that's going to help someone's stats by getting an extra 5 yards added to it. I mean, the 3-headed attack they've had tonight with their running game has really, really put a hurt on Dallas's defense.
So Mike Sayre's going to walk it on over, and I think he wants to talk to the clock operator. Maybe we can bring up the referee, Mike. And
they're coming into the press box now,
okay.
I think.
So we're going to add some time. Williamsport's beating Wilkes-Barre. That is the District 2-4 6A final. Troy, how about this? 53-20 over Southern Columbia.
Southern hasn't been on the opposite end of that in a
nope.
long
Folks,
time.
That Troy team is for real.
They are. We saw them, back in August, scrimmage Jersey Shore, and they just took it to Jersey Shore. And Jersey Shore is a really good team. Power eye backfield.
Yep, power eye. Reed, the second man through. Zawinski's going to keep it. Gets to the outside, puts his head down, and Zach is inside the 5 to the 3.
He just got back the penalty. Zach's on a mission tonight. The determination in his eyes right now. You put the ball in his hands, he's going to make things happen. You saw coming up high, he just swatted the defender's hand away from his face mask, and he still gains 5 yards.
The score of the half was 14-6, Dallas. Dallas has not scored in this second half. been all Valley View, and they're trying to add on to that. And now some discussions with the referees in the middle of the Dallas huddle. Is that an equipment adjustment?
I'm not sure what. Yeah, he's sending the 54s going out, who's had a monster game for them tonight.
Van Orden.
I mean, he had the interception. You see him at the center position, pulling, doing some nice things, had some key tackles.
Western Wayne has surged ahead of Wyoming area 29-21, leading that game.
Wow.
So give credit to the Wildcats. They were down and trailing, kind of like this Valley View team. Clock is rolling, and Valley View, as suspected, will take this down as much as they can before they snap the ball. They're trying to take a 2-score lead on the defending district champs.
Well, now the clock just reset. Something's going on with the 25-second clocks on the field.
Well, we'll give you some more scores while they're figuring out what is going on with the clock. How about Lewisburg?
30.
They're beating Mount Carmel tonight in a AAA District 4 final. Over Mount Carmel, 32-7. That will set up a showdown with Danville next week, and that's going to be a great game for that District 4 final.
It really will, and Danville's finally pulling ahead, 28-10 over Montoursville.
Prep scored again, 40-21 is the score.
As did Troy. It's now 60-20.
Wow. Well, we'll have a new AA champion in the state, that's for sure.
And I tell you,
and Troy wants to take that. And Troy, keep it in District 4. Why not? So, 3rd down and goal for the Cougars after the clock problem. Zawinski has a hole. Zawinski is stopped at the 1-yard line. No, in. Sent to Royal Oil, touchdown for Zach Zawinski. He's doing it all tonight. He's put this Cougar team on his back. He led the comeback, and he now has his team out in front.
Well, my rough statistics, and they are just very rough at this. He's over 100 yards carrying just the second half, Bob, and 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion.
He had 15 rushing touchdowns coming in. He has
3
in this game. And the freshman is up and through, and it's a 2-touchdown lead for Valley View, trying to win their first district title since 2021. This started with Preston Reed's 60-yard scamper. It ends with Zawinski. And the running attack from Valley View is in high order tonight. That's officially like a 4-play drive. And now Dallas, with 7:29 remaining, has to show a lot of spunk here, a lot of grit, because
a lot of grit, absolutely.
They got to come back here. They have a seasoned quarterback, some seasoned players who are used to the playoffs, but they're down 14.
The difference that I've noticed in this game so far has been, and I've said about the 3-headed attack on the offense that Valley View has between Swalinski and Reed and Koharski, but we've only seen 2 coming out of Dallas right now, and that's Geske, and they've done a good job containing him, and then Zabaticki. I mean, the pass game really hasn't been effective, or it's been nil for them tonight. I don't know if that's because of weather, the wind, but I'm looking at the flags right now. There is no wind, so this could be to Dallas's advantage now to start airing the ball out.
Zoloff has it teed up. Another deep kick. Lewis over his head. Went back into the end zone, comes back out. Gavin Lewis has room. Lewis has some speed. Uses that to the outside, past the 50. Inside Valley View territory, knocked out of bounds by the kicker. And Dallas is in great field position near the 40-yard line of the Cougars.
Well, those are those hidden yards Coach Manello preaches. He did a nice job not stepping into the end zone on that. And look at it, he's just bobbing and weaving and just breaks a good burst here and there. Gets it, that hidden yards Coach Manello was preaching all season long to try to set his team up, to try to get a quick score here, to get them back in this game.
Mason, the freshman, comes to this near side. Zapaticki to the air.
Great read by Nick Kaharski.
Yeah, Kaharski all over Gavin Lewis. Officially a 1-yard loss.
You look at Nick Kaharski's helmet, all those paws that are on top. Nice job. Look at that. He just went right through the stalk block like he was non-existent and dropped Lewis like a bad habit back there.
Dallas needs a receiver to step up in this game. No one is open. Everyone's blanketed. Zapaticki has to do it himself. And he does. He picks up about 7 yards.
Well, you're seeing that Valley Views has 3 defenders on the 2 receivers. So their corners are doing a nice job with the receivers with the free safety coming over top. And you see he's just scrambling for his life. He's trying to direct it, trying to get things going. But look at how tenacious the Cougar defense is playing right now.
Zapaticki has a Benny's first down, so we'll stop the clock momentarily to the 29. You feel like Dallas needs some kind of big pass play or something to step up.
Well, the big interior of that Valley View defense is really stuffed that
Could this
inside.
be it right here? Logan Geske is short, a little bit behind him. Good coverage down that sidelines. Was that Leslie?
That was. I mean, they're just doing – the Valley View's defense is starting to play tougher and tougher as this game goes on. The ball wasn't thrown that well. And, again, the wind now has shifted. It is in actually Dallas's face right now. The way that it's coming across the field is going from right to left.
Stops the clock. They move the ball. So they're going to reposition the ball. Zapaticki this year against Wyoming area, coach, his career high, 410 yards and 4 touchdowns.
That's incredible.
What a career he's had. Let's see if he can lead his team back now. Looking for anyone to be open. No one is open. Flag comes in. Goes back to the other side. The Geske is wide open, but this one may be coming back. Geske still going. Geske inside the 5 to the 3. Let's see if this one holds up or it's coming back. It is a hold against the Mountaineers.
Great effort by Dylan Geske right there, trying to get his team back in, make something happen. All for naught with a holding call. Again, quarterback was scrambling all over. Give the Cougar secondary a lot of credit for there was nowhere for him to throw.
Give credit to the Cougar defense, too. It really started when they held them on 4th down, Coach.
And then to start the second half. Yes.
Yeah, after they fumbled Valley View, the Cougars held Dallas, where we thought they might kick a field goal, right, to take the lead.
Correct.
They went for it on 4th down.
10-yard penalty, still second down.
And ever since then, the momentum has definitely shifted. Don't you believe?
I absolutely agree with you on that 100%.
I don't know if you see the hold here. Probably on this.
Again, it was just scramble drill, and
maybe there.
That one would be the iffy one, but I think it was from the backside more.
Well, the ball back all the way to their 39-yard line. Zapaticki back on 2nd down. Can't find anybody.
Oh.
Takes a big hit from behind. He turned, and he got knocked down pretty quickly.
I think that was number 50.
That looked like a number 50, Brody Call. According to our roster, he's a freshman.
Yep, Brody. Wow.
I mean, helmet to helmet, got to watch that.
And the ball did come out.
Zapatiki looks okay on that hit. Third and long. Anybody over the middle. In and out of the hands of Logan Geske. He had a step on Tim Okowski, and he couldn't pull it in. Fourth and long now.
Well, it's just, I honestly, it's just, this isn't Dallas's night tonight. They're just not getting it done. I mean, that's a catchable ball.
A little out in front, maybe a little bit too out in front.
He's leading them, but yeah.
Well, this could be the game, folks. 4:43 remaining. Three-man rush. Zapatiki, nowhere to go. Still looking. Throws it towards the end zone. Going up and knocked down. No flags. Trying to hit Mike Lewis down there. And the Cougars hold. And that may be it.
He's just looking downfield. Again, that secondary is playing so well. The linebackers are dropping to their hook to curl zone, taking away anything short. And again, credit Jeff Wasilchek, the defensive coordinator for the Cougars. I was talking to him before the game. He really likes the young kids they have. He said they've got an attitude about them when they're playing football. They're nice kids off the field, in between the lines. He said, watch out. And we saw that. We just saw the freshman just say hello to Mr. Zapatiki there.
See a lot of running now. Preston Reed holds on to the ball. He falls for a yard, but now it's the clock that Dallas is fighting against, and they have 2 timeouts left. Gain of 1. So I talked to Nick Koharski's father before the game as Lewinsky takes a big hit. And he was the last one off the field last year at Mountaineers Stadium, just taking it all in. And that motivated him in the offseason. And that loss really motivated this Cougar team to where they are now to get their first district title since 2021. Again, they led last year in the game. They matched touchdowns. It came down to 3 extra points, and that's how they lost 21-18.
Well, high school kids and college and pros, they circle a game or two, and this was a big one for Valley View to prove to everybody that they are a legitimate program. They're going to be going after not just a district. They want to make a deep run into the state finals. And this is the way it's done, the way their defense is playing so physical right now. You have that 3-headed attack with the running. Now that they sprinkle in some of that passing, they're going to be really, really tough to stop.
They will start playoffs next week. They will be the host, will Valley View, if it remains this score. And as I said, they're going to play Springfield or Pope John II, which is one of the best teams in the state. But the good news is they will have it right, most likely right here. And that's been the kind of the trend, since COVID, that you get to host the first round game.
Well, and when you have a 2.5, 3 hour bus trip, I don't care what you say, that takes a toll on the team. They're going to come out a little sluggish. Again, they're coming up to this area. It's probably going to be a little bit colder than it is down there. As I'm a former Flatlander,
Here's the pass. Reed caught the ball. They call it a catch.
Yes, they
did. Do. It goes for 14 yards and in a 13. They pick up a Benny's first down, and they may just about do it. Preston Reed with the catch. Great catch by Reed, the senior. Congratulations to Riverside. They are the District 2 AA champions. They beat Dunmore tonight, 24-6. Koharski ripped down. No gain on the play. Scranton Prep is in the finals. They will host next week either Wyoming area or Western Wayne. That game will be at Dunmore next Friday at 7. They beat Mid-Valley 40-21.
And, it's 29-29 overtime. Western Wayne, Wyoming area.
They will host either one of those two teams. Tomorrow, Delaware Valley faces Abington. That is the District 2 5A championship at the pit. Kaharski fights through and still fighting. And there is a penalty marker on the play, 2:19 remaining. That will stop the clock. That should be a heck of a game tomorrow, too. That came down to one of the last plays. Last time those two teams played. It's going to be a hold against Valley View. Lackawanna Trail, congratulations. They shut out Tri-Valley 42-0. They can advance and keep going into the state playoffs in Class A.
And I'm looking, Jersey Shore Shamokin tied at 21, fourth quarter. I don't know the time.
I will go to social media and we'll see if I can find out. Oh, hit the wrong button. There we go.
Lewisburg handily beat Mount Carmel 39-7.
Yeah, Danville won 35-10.
Ooh, 69-20, Troy over Southern. I think there's some payback in there all those years.
I think that's what they're going by. Try to get to Tom Robinson and his feed from Western Wayne and Wyoming area. And you, Coach, yeah, you're right, 29-all in overtime. Kellum had a 7-yard run. And Ledge Kellum leading the way for Wyoming area. Trying to get to the district final to face the Cavaliers of Scranton Prep. .229 last report, 3 minutes from Twitter. X, I should say. 2:29 left in the fourth. Shamokin, Jersey Shore tied at 21, as you talked about, as we have a timeout on the field. Well, the Cougars, the running attack, I don't know what to talk about. The running attack or the defense? What's been more impressive the second half for you?
For me, it's been Zach Swolinski. That's been his half. 3 touchdowns, a 2-point conversion. He rushed for over 100 yards. He just got it done. He took the ball literally and took control of this game. The defense, again, they've done a great job. Total 11 guys playing out there, anchored in the middle by Gianni Marino, not allowing anything inside to be run. The secondary playing lights out back there, not allowing Zapatiki to get any of his receivers and receptions. I mean, they're starting to really come together at the perfect time.
Well, Western Wayne fumbled on the first play of overtime. Wyoming area recovered. Wyoming area only needs a field goal to win that game. So Lewinsky is going to add on to his totals on 3rd and long. And now, do you punt the ball or do you avoid blocking it and just kind of run a play and then give Dallas the ball?
Honestly, 136, it's 4th and 14. Punt the ball deep. Yes, Dallas has, they have no timeouts left.
No, Dallas has no timeouts.
So,
I suspect Scott's going to call a timeout when the clock hits 1. That's Scott Wasilchak, and there's Rich Manello doing a nice job. I mean, they started 0-3, Dallas did. Give them a lot of credit to even get to this game.
Well, there was, again, most teams after being 0-3 would fold, but not the Dallas Mountaineers. They just took that as a momentum thing that they need to do.
Final timeouts, 28-14 the score. Cougars will have 4th down, and Rich Manello going to fight to the end, as well he should.
Well, these kids don't know any different.
Nope, they'll be back in the weight room tomorrow.
Yes, they
Well, Monday.
Yeah, Monday. He'll give them tomorrow off. But, again, that's how committed the kids at Dallas are and his coaching staff. They believe everything is the power clean and squats, and we're going to get in there. They're going to get it done.
Jan? you're going to go down and do our post-game wrap. We're going to have our players of the game, try to talk to Coach Wasilchak as Valley View looks like they're going to win their first title since 2021. And boy, in comeback fashion, they trailed 14-6 starting the second half, and they have outscored this Dallas team here 22-0 in the second half. They are going to punt. It looks like, I can't tell who that is. It's usually Lewinsky. That might be the kicker. That looks like number 13, Yukowski, who kicked that one, and it's going to take a big roll for the Cougars of Valley View, and they'll die at the 22-yard line, 52 seconds remaining in this game, and the crowd can feel it here now in the den, as they call it here at John Hens' Veterans Memorial Stadium. We'll keep an eye on the score up at Western Wayne and Wyoming area. It's double overtime. Wyoming area tried to kick a field goal, and it was no good. So they're still tied at 29 up in Wayne County. The winner will meet Scranton Prep next week right here on MyTV WQMY for the District 2 AAA Championship. So Brady Zapaticki going to go to work. Mrs. Logan Geske. And what more can we say about Brady Zapaticki? Over 5,445 yards coming in his career, 61 touchdowns. Add another one tonight, just 15 interceptions. I've not heard yet about his college prospects, but you would think somewhere between the PSAC and Division III, he'll make a good quarterback at the next level. 6 foot, 190-pound senior. Been a 4-year starter here for Dallas. What a career he has. And Dylan Geske as well. Intercepted by Nick Kaharski. Add another one on. It's a Santarelli Oil touchdown for Valley View. Make that 16 career interceptions now for Zapaticki. And that may be how his career ends for the Mountaineers of Dallas. Led his team all the way to the state finals, but gets intercepted on one of his last passes of his career. A pick six for number 7. We are tied at 14 going into the 4th. And the Cougars just poured it on from there. 21 unanswered points for Valley View, the District 2 4A champions for the first time since 2021. Congratulations to them. Phones are up with their parents. They're taking this one in. Why not? In comeback fashion here at the Den, Scott Wasilchak will win his first district championship as head coach. And you know, somewhere, I don't know if he's here, is George Hawanitz, the former coach, has a big smile on his face, keeping this program alive with Scott and Jeff Wasilchak and his staff. And they will move on into the state playoffs as he gets the Gatorade bath, does Scott Wasilchak.
Lob set to kick off for the Cougars.
Well, some of the calls didn't go their way tonight for Valley View, but they fought through that. They put a fantastic running game together in the second half and just outmanned this Dallas team. Some big runs in there, including Lewinsky's 54-yarder. Preston Reed had a 60-yarder. And now they'll meet either, as I said, Pope John or Springfield next week. Most likely right here back at John Henses. So some trouble getting the ball around. And the game between Western Wayne and Wyoming area may be ending soon. Western Wayne going for 2. As Kellum scored and Vinton scored. Little squibbler. Bukowski picked it up. And now we don't want any tempers to flare. And a penalty marker with 30 seconds left in this game. Well, Valley View definitely needs to clean up the penalties. For both teams, but as you're a Valley View fan, you're definitely thinking it's not going your way. Students are lined up to storm the field for this Cougar team. Congratulations to Dallas on a great run this year. Won 8 straight coming in to get back to the final, the defending champs. After the penalty, there you can see the ball placed in Cougar territory at the 43-yard line. Zapatiki back. Nick Kaharski runs him down. Big gain for Brady Zapatiki, who stays down. He's probably exhausted. Down to the 16-yard line. Clock should roll, and it does after the chains are set. No timeouts for Dallas. Should be the last play of the game. Zapatiki to Geske. He fumbles. It's picked up. No time left. Clock's at 0. Ben Evans is running down the sidelines. No flags. Yes, there is a flag. A flag right at the 45. I don't think it's going to count, but it doesn't matter. Valley View is the District 2 4A champions for 2024. So officially the game's not over. There's a penalty marker. So why not?
Touchdown's good. After the play on sportsmanlike conduct, Valley View, game's over.
There you go. Mike Sarah says the game is over, and that will do it. Congratulations to the Cougars of Valley View. Valley View comes back and wins their 11th straight game to pull off the District 2 4A championship 35-14. Jan trying to get some players of the game and Scott Wasilchak. I think he's got the coach first. And see if we can get down to Jan. Trying to get a couple players. Wyoming area beat Western Wayne in double overtime. The Wildcats went for 2 points after the touchdown. They didn't make it, and it will be the Warriors and the Cavaliers next week in the District 2 AAA final. But first, let's go down to Jan with Coach Scott Wasilchak.
Here we are with the District 2 Quad A champion. Coach Wasilchek, how you feeling other than wet and cold?
Feeling great. I'm feeling great. You know, our kids came back in that second half, and they just wanted to be district champs. You know, we waited all year for this, and a lot of people said they couldn't do it. You know, they're a different kind of group of kids, and they were resilient. They went and got what was theirs.
What was the second half? What did you tell the guys at halftime to make them come out and play that inspiring?
Nothing. There's 24 minutes left, and if you want to be district champs, you got to go out and get it. That's it.
Coach, I know you're cold. I know you want to be celebrating with your team. Thank you for your time. We're going to get those players over here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
So we'll try to grab the players. They're getting some interviews. Zach Lewinsky and Nick Kaharski. And they'll also be presented the district championship plaque from the District 2 committee. Brian Durkin from Forest City is representing them tonight. And I think we can go down to Jan now with Nick Kaharski. Jan, when you're ready, take it away.
I'm here with one of the players of the game, Nick Kaharski. 2 interceptions, a pick 6. How'd it feel?
I mean, it felt great. I mean, our sophomore year and junior year, we lost in the chip, so we knew this was more important this year. So, I mean, we gotta come get it done. We got the job done.
Congratulations. I'll let you celebrate with your team. I want to talk to your quarterback. Nick, congratulations. Over 100 yards second half, 3 touchdowns, a 2-point conversion. Pretty good at second half. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it feels amazing. I mean, we came out, first drive of the game, we're looking like a stud team, and then penalties hurt us. Dallas's record does not define them. They're a great football team, and they brought it to us. They shell-shocked us, but we came out in the second half. We wanted it more. We were sick of losing.
What was your mindset? I mean, second half, you took control of the entire second half and changed the game. What were you thinking?
Yeah, no, it definitely came to our adjustments in the locker room. Coach came up to me, and he had all his trust in me, and we went snap by snap. Whatever they were giving us is what we took, and then it took us to victory.
Congratulations. Good luck next week. You got a home game.
Yes, sir.
Get it done. Make the Northeast Pennsylvania proud. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Bob, another great high school Friday night rival game. Back to you up there in the booth.
And happy birthday to Jan Cichak tonight. We'll be back next week. So, congratulations to the Valley View Cougars. They are the District 2 4A champions. 35-14 the score. Next week, it will be Wyoming area in Scranton Prep for the District 2 AAA championship. We'll be live at 7 o'clock right here on MyTV, WQMY. That should be a good one as well. So for the entire Fox 56 sports crew, for Jan Cichak, this is Bob Ide saying so long from the den.
You're watching North American Warhorse Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.